So look, I'm really excited because I've been working on this Google extension for months for Amazon influencers, and it's ready for you to download and use. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, link in the description down below to the Google extension store. Yes, it is Google approved, so you can download it there. Totally free to download and totally free to use. If you download it, you have access to every feature that is built into it. Now, if you've already downloaded it, you're trying to figure out where do I start and how does this actually work, I'm going to spend a couple minutes and walk you through where you should start and some of the features you're going to run into. Because look, I think this thing is going to help you make more money in the Amazon influencer program when it comes down to it. I'm really excited for you guys. So let's just jump into how this works. First thing you're going to want to do is go to your influencer storefront. Now that you're on your storefront, the first thing that I want you to do is we're going to use the Creator Connections cross-reference tool. Now, this is a tool that is going to automatically go through the different shoppable videos you've already made on your storefront like this here, and it's going to take the products you have tagged and collect them all and put them into a big bucket. Because what we're going to do after we collect all of those products you've already made content for is we're going to go to Creator Connections to see if there are any available campaigns for the products you have already made content for. Because if there are, that is money on the table. You've already done the work. Now you get to earn the extra money in Creator Connections. And there's so many campaigns on there. You could do this manually, but I don't know, life is short. You don't have time. So this is going to automate that entire process for you. Really easy to do that. So once you've downloaded the extension, you're going to go up and there's going to be a little orange button just like this. If you don't see this after you've downloaded it, go next door to this little puzzle icon right here. Click that. It's going to give you a list of the extensions that you have downloaded. Find Amazon or Amazing Influencers Toolkit, and next to it will be a little thumbtack icon, and you need to click that to turn it blue. That's the visibility. So once you have that, we're going to click this button, read through these instructions the first time. After that, you can probably ignore them, and we're going to click the Fetch IDs button. Now, you're going to see the screen change. This is all totally normal and part of the process, and then it's going to start to move. It's scrolling through. It's gathering those products to put in your bucket, and it should go all the way through to the very end of your list. And when you are done, you're going to see something pop up like this. It's an overlay. It's going to say how many it found. So in this particular case, you now have 166 fetched in this particular demonstration. And it says to head over to Creator Connections, and we have a couple options. The Copy IDs button for those of you that are more organized than me, frankly, and wanted a list of your storefront IDs. There you go. All you gotta do is click that, and it's copied to your clipboard. The clear IDs, sometimes when you're doing your fetch and you're going and it's scrolling automatically, sometimes Amazon just loads slow, server issues or something like that. So if you run into a problem where it doesn't complete all the way through, like as you're looking at the scroll, you don't see your last piece of content down there at the bottom, clear the IDs and go through that process again and fetch the IDs one more time until it gets all the way through and you can see that it visibly fetches everything that you've got. Now, something worth mentioning is you only have to do this now once, fetching your whole storefront. After that, when you make new content and you go and you do this fetch again, it's not going to fetch your entire storefront again. This is great news for those of you that have thousands of videos because you've already got those in the tank. Now what it's going to do, it's just looking for new content. So it's going to find the new content, it's going to fetch that and then say, okay, we're done, and add those to your stuff that you've already got stored in your storage. So a big time saver there because it can be, some of you have a lot of videos, so that's going to be really helpful for that. So we've captured everything. We've got it in our bucket. Now I can't show you Creator Connections because you're not allowed to, but now you're going to want to go over to Creator Connections where you can see the campaigns in the middle of the screen. You're going to go up and you're going to press the icon again. And when you click that, now there's going to be two buttons in the middle. One's going to say check shop videos or IDs. I think it's check fetch, check. I have to remember, check shop IDs. I've been working on this for a while. Click check shop IDs. That's going to take the bucket of these products from your shop and start the cross-reference system. It's going to check each one at a time, and if it detects that there is a campaign available, it's going to record that. And at the end, you're going to get a report with two sections on it. The first section is new opportunities. That's just like IDs. You've never accepted something before, or you don't have any current accepted, and it's just brand new. Those are ones you just want to go ahead and accept the best commission rate automatically. Just go ahead and accept those things there. Now, there's a second section on that report, that final result, and it's called accepted IDs with best commission, and end date. So I added something in here where I am now also cross-referencing into the campaigns you've already accepted. Because look, for example, if I've accepted a campaign for this wallet for 10% and there's a 50% campaign, I'd like to know about it. So that second section is going to show you anything that you've already accepted, but has also an available campaign, and it's going to give you the best available commission rate and end date for campaigns also, so you can get an idea of what's out there and available. So something new that I added on there at the end. This whole process can be a little bit lengthy depending on how many IDs you've got. It only checks unique IDs, so if you have a lot of multiple content, that doesn't really matter. But for me, I have like 2,700 unique IDs in my storefront. That takes just a little bit over 2 hours for me to do the cross-check part. So I just recommend maybe running it overnight. You can run it every day if you want. There's no impact there. So, but if you do it overnight, it's not really going to get in your way. Or do it during the day if you get away from your computer for a little bit. You run it as much as you want. I don't care. Do whatever you want with it. It's your tool now. But this is a really powerful tool to help you find these campaigns for things you've already made. Again, it's money on the table. You need to take it off the table and put it into your pocket. Now let's talk about the next feature, which is fetching your order and purchase history IDs for Creator Connections. Now, I'm not going to show you my orders history page, but I can walk you through how this works. It's very simple and pretty similar to what we just saw. And again, what we're doing here is we're fetching the products that you have purchased over 3 months or 30 days or whatever you set it to, and we're going to collect those products, put those into a special bucket of their own that we can then go over to Creator Connections to cross-reference. So go to your orders page, and you're going to click the same extension icon. Whenever you do that, you're going to see a new button, just one button this time, and it's going to say Fetch Order IDs. I've been working on this a lot. My brain's a little scrambled. Fetch order IDs. You're going to click that, and an overlay is going to appear. Something else is going to pop up on your screen. It's just going to sit there for probably 10 or 15 seconds, depending on how many orders you got. That overlay is eventually going to update and tell you how many it fetched from your order history. And I think I might have put maybe a couple of other buttons on there. But what you're going to do then, at that case, you've already got them in their bucket. We're going to go right back over to Creator Connections, and we're going to press the same button, which we're going to go up to the top. And now there's going to be two buttons. Remember, the first one we did check shop IDs. The second button is going to say check order IDs. We're going to click that one so it knows which bucket to check, and it's going to go through that exact same process and cross-reference everything you have bought that you fetched in Creator Connections. Right? Creator Connections basically got put on steroids with this particular update. You guys are really going to, I think, enjoy using that tool. So that is the second thing. Again, the first one, check your shop, your storefront IDs, cross-reference into Creator Connections, and then we're also checking the order and purchase history in Creator Connections as well. I want to talk about now the third new feature, which is the Fetch Empty Video feature. All right, so sometimes you'll make a video and you'll tag a product, and at some point that seller either goes out of business or they stop selling that particular product. But that means now you've got a video with nothing tagged on it. It's useless. It can't make you any money. But a lot of times, sometimes, those videos you've already made for that product is now actually sold by somebody else, or the seller just changed the ID and it's still the same product. In other words, you have some opportunity here to re-tag that video with something that can actually make you some money. The problem is how do you find those videos? They're hard because now they have no product on them. So what you're going to do here is you're going to click the Fetch Empty Video button. And whenever you do that, it is going to do something similar to what we saw before. It's going to minimize the screen and start scrolling through, looking for opportunities where there are videos with nothing tagged. Whenever it gets through the entire list, an overlay is going to appear on your screen, and it's going to tell you how many it found and also give you a copy button. That copy button, if you click it, then you can put it into a Google Sheet or CSV or whatever. It's going to give you each video title name, which is what you're going to predominantly use, and the original ID, even though it's dead now. What I would recommend doing is taking that video title over to Creator Hub and searching for the title itself so you can track the video down. Because you want to be able to watch the video to know, what was this even about? What was the product about? If you can determine what the product was in the video, then you have a chance of then searching for it on Amazon and finding a new one to re-tag that video. So again, it's hard to find those if you don't know where to look, and it's hard to know what to do with them once you actually find them. That's what I'd recommend here is you don't want videos out there that aren't making you any money. Re-tag those videos. Use the broken video checker in the Amazing Influencers Toolkit. So the break-even profit calculator, I designed it because I often found myself wondering, if I buy a particular product, how long can I expect until I make some money on it? Will I ever make any money on it? Or if it's a free product, how much can I expect to make per month? The problem is until you kind of put some numbers together, you're just kind of guessing. I mean, it's selling a certain number per month, it's in a certain category, whatever. So what I did is I created a whole bunch of different pieces of data, including a couple of analysis that I had done previously about the number of videos on products. And I created this calculator with all of that stuff put together to give me an estimate, not a guarantee, but an estimate of how long I can expect something reasonably to start making me money, either for me to break even because I bought it or just profit right off the bat. So a couple things to mention. This only works on product pages. So I'm looking at a product page now. This will automatically pop up on any product page you go to once it's up and running. If it gets annoying, you can simply minimize it and that will stay down even if you go to other product pages until you manually re-enable. Also, maybe hover over the icon right here. There's a little tooltip just to give you some information about how this works. Now, the first time that you try to use this isn't going to pop up. It's going to give you a prompt that says, set your commission rates first. To do that, you're going to go up to the extension icon here. You can see now we have a very different looking pop-up, and you're going to go through and put in your influencer commission rates, not your affiliate, your influencer. If you don't know where to find those, drop somebody a note. They're a little bit hard to find sometimes, but this won't work. This pop-up won't work unless you put at least one commission rate in here. So if you're going to do one, put all of yours in. Everybody's can be different. So whatever this is, for the sake of this demonstration, I put a 2 in there. Then you just scroll down to the bottom and click save. Ignore this for now. I might not keep it in there. You don't even need to know what it is. It's not important right now. So set your rates. After you do that, this is going to appear. It's automatically going to fetch the price. It's automatically going to fetch the number sold, right? And if there are variations over here, you can click through those. And what we're going to see happen is as we click through those, you're going to see that these numbers over here will change. Now, if it's a little bit slow for it to catch up, you can see right now it's just a little bit behind because there's several different variations. Just kind of click through back and forth a couple times until it catches up. It will catch up. You can see here, there we go. So now I'm on 100, 100. If I click here, this is 200, 200, all right? So you can see it's automatically populating, and whenever it does that, it's also automatically populating the calculation down here at the bottom. So if I go over to this, that says it's going to take me 590 days to break even, but this one here that's selling 7,000 a month is only going to take 16 days, which is absolutely fantastic. So this would be a good product. I mean, it's just a demonstration, but this is a good product for that. I also put in here the category. This is calculated into there, like the commission percentage. Now, keep in mind, a lot of products can be in more than one category, so the category is never a guarantee. That means that its commission rate's never a guarantee, but this is the best guess that I can make based off of what's here on the page. Also, the video count. Now, this has 2 videos on it. If I decide to participate in this, that's going to turn it into 3, but you don't have to worry about that because I already included that in the calculation for video count here and the capture rate. If you don't know about the capture rate, I got a couple of data analysis on my YouTube channel about how the number of videos impacts how much money you can make on products. All of those calculations, you don't have to worry about it. I baked all of that into this also. And if it's part of a Creator Connections campaign, you're going to want to put that in there because look, a product like this, it's already going to only take me 16 days to break even, but if it's a 10%er that goes down to 2 days, talk about the power of Creator Connections. Don't get me started if it's a 50%er. I'm going to make that back in less than a day. Probably not likely to happen, but I made sure to include this. Now, if it doesn't have a price and if it doesn't have it recently sold, none of this is going to populate because you don't know what the break even is if it's not priced and if it's not selling. But this is designed, again, to be an estimate for those that are thinking about buying products and investing in products like I do for the sake of making money. Like, what is a money-making opportunity and what's not? Typically, what I'm looking for here is I just want to see something in double digits. If it starts getting into triple digits, I'm probably not going to touch it. Especially like if it's a Creator Connections campaign. If it's a Creator Connections campaign that expires like in a month, and even after putting something like this in, it still says 90 days or 100 days. It allows you to at least put some numbers onto your guesses instead of just going, I wonder if I'll break even. I wonder if I'll make money. Now we have some analytics behind it. Again, an estimate on all this, and it's supposed to be a guidepost, not a guarantee. But I believe this is a really powerful tool for those of you that are looking to take your Amazon influencer game to the next level. There's some other things that I baked in that you'll come across on the way, but this is going to get you started with the meat of what I baked into this. Now, I'm not making anybody pay for any of this stuff, and just keep in mind, I am just some dude. If you guys got issues with it or bugs, whatever, please let me know on the Facebook groups that you've joined, or if you've got ideas. A lot of the things that I created here were things that other people had recommended or asked for at some point that I just kept working at until I figured it out. But you've subscribed now to my Facebook stuff and my YouTube stuff and my newsletter. Like, we have a lot of different ways to communicate, and I'm looking forward to continuing to find ways to help you guys build and earn more from the program, because again, we don't want to be leaving money on the table, and these tools are going to help you make sure that that does not happen. So enjoy the Amazing Influencers Toolkit extension. More features will be added along the way. For now, I'm going to leave it alone because I'm getting behind on making videos for my storefront. So until next time, peace out.